Good day, everyone. Barry and Gerald, team Second To Naan, with you at the close of day one, 10 hours in the road. We are tired, we are hot, we are hungry.
Hot as in a way.
Lovely meal that we're about to hook into.
We're hot.
We're hot. So what happened on day one, brother?
Highlights of the day. So we left Jaisalmer and they put us in pole 30th position. We've had a couple of beers, by the way. Put us in... Cheers, Rudy.
Cheers,
I have
Rudy.
no idea what this is, but it's a great specimen. He brought it out specially for me.
You might be dehydrated.
Just a little. So they whacked us in pole position number 30. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we left the gates and we were off like a fire. Within 13 minutes, as you can see by the pictures, we are already in first position. Now, one of the rules was don't win. Like, that's not a rule that we want to beat.
I might have a slightly competitive streak.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But there were some great highlights from the day, and I think you should know about them. One, we nearly killed someone.
We so nearly killed someone. Indians are normally pretty traffic aware and pretty street smart, but we were cruising through this little village, and this woman sprinted out into the road to try and catch a bus on the other side of the road, and we literally centimeters away from smashing the shit out of her with our tuk-tuk going 40 or 50 kilometers an hour. Only my cat-like reflexes kept her and us alive for the rest of the day.
It's interesting to know about the road rules here, because we do know that we have to just miss everyone. And rule number one is that just don't hit anyone. But one of the things that we just dislike about India, totally dislike, we love cows. We love goats.
No, I don't like goats.
You don't like goats?
Goats are kind of... Goats, I don't like goats. Goats are no good. Goats are not predictable. Cows are predictable. People are predictable.
She wasn't predictable.
No, she wasn't predictable.
No.
Traffic, motorcycles, trucks, all predictable. Maniac bus drivers, all predictable. Goats just do whatever the F a goat wants to do whenever he wants to do it. And they're not good. I don't like goats.
So
I don't like goats.
So the only other, okay, we've just established that. But the only other thing that we don't like about the road are speed humps.
Not a fan. Not a fan at all. They are not even marked, randomly placed, and huge. You just be cruising along 40, 50 Ks an hour doing your tuk-tuk thing, kind of in your own zone. No reason. There's no reason for them to be there, and they're there and not marked at all.
One of the things they asked us to do, which is it's very important, is to carry fuel, because if you don't carry fuel, you're going to run out of petrol and you won't be able to get to all petrol stations. So after hitting these speed bumps, we found our fuel
precariously hanging from the back of the tuk-tuk
on a thread. We
after it probably went about 4 feet in the air and came back down.
They did tell us not to put anything on top of the roof, because they got roof racks. But they put roof racks there, and they say, but don't put anything on the roof racks that's heavier than an ant. I think that was their way of being a little bit funny. So we've got our 2 bags up there, plus our petrol, and we had to stop off. How many times we did? Well, firstly, look, we've got to give you some statistics. We left at 8 o'clock this morning, and we arrived in this place here called
Raniwara.
Raniwara. The reason we came here is because
320 Ks.
320, is it?
320 today. 10 hours.
10 hours.
10 hours.
That's 31 Ks, 32 Ks, 32.1 Ks per hour.
Awesome.
But we did stop off for lunch.
We did stop off. We had a very fancy lunch with another team who finally caught up to us while we were about 3/4 of the way through our...
They asked us where we were staying, and we said we found this luxury hotel. It was going to be about $64 a night, and they went, whoa, for 2 of us. So
there was 3 of them.
There was 3 of them, and they said, well, that goes well beyond our budget. And I said, what's your budget? Jeez, for 3 of you, $20 a night. You can't extend that. So they kind of like shunned us, and I thought, oh, you guys are really rich. Like, seriously, $20 a night for a hotel?
We're staying here in this little hovel for
this is nice.
$14 a night.
You'll actually see that the sheets, they go to meticulous care.
It's a mosaic.
It's a mosaic of what?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
But you're seeing some wonderful pictures of Barry's room, and you can see his one is a little bit more spacious than what mine is. They do have a TV, but the reception doesn't work.
Gerald has room service though. Which I really wonder what that is.
Room service.
Oh, and we broke they had a bunch of rules yesterday at the race brief. One of which was don't go on a military base.
Oh,
Straight up, day one, just back ass wandered onto a military base. But here's the thing, they let us straight in. How about that? All day, people, 10 hours of that shit. Right, so they let us.
did you just say we're going to get demonetized again?
Bother. Oh, bother.
Bother. Oh, damn.
Oh, shucks. They let us straight on to the military base, and then we figured out about 10 k's down the road that we're going the wrong direction. We're like, oops, got to turn around and come back. We're going back, and they won't let us out. They're like, you can't be here. And I'm like, yeah, we know we can't be here. We want to get out. And they're like, no, you can't be here. But you let us in.
It's like Hotel California.
Yeah,
you
can't
can
leave.
check
On
in
the
any
dark
time you
desert
want.
highway.
But you can never leave.
Yeah, so here we are. So 10 hours on the road. Oh, and the other fun thing is every time you stop, we are treated somewhere between rockstar and science exhibit. So there's no social norms about standing a meter away from someone and just staring at them. Not saying anything, not doing anything, just staring at you. So I'm kind of assuming we're the only white people they've seen in a rickshaw in their village ever. Which is cool. Like, they're all very friendly, very generous, very helpful, very friendly people. Kind of a little too friendly sometimes. But every time we stop, we gather a crowd of at least a dozen people in a matter of seconds.
So we did just want to give you an update of where we're
I love
at.
the food. Food is so good.
The food is good. We have to give a big shout out to some of the teams that haven't made it.
Yeah.
One guy, I think,
Already
from
on
the
a
UK.
truck. Day one, they're already on.
Well, he's on a truck. Well, these guys were called the Coits. No,
Coit. Yeah, the Coits.
not Russell.
The traveling
Is it
Coits
Russell
or
Coit?
something? I don't know.
What's his name? Coit.
The big
Russell
Coits.
Coit?
That's
The big
what it was.
Coits. They're called the big Coits.
Already on a truck, people.
So they were making a big deal at the airport already, and they were thinking, yeah, here we are, we're the Coits, and all being alpha males. And of course, then they jumped on their rickshaw this morning, headed out. I think they only got 30 k's out, and a photo was taken. You'll see the photo right here. Is them already on a truck, and they've hashtagged it was last, now first.
Not so much.
You're not. No, you haven't done hashtag EFK.
Hashtag EFK every effing kilometer, people. If it's not under your own power, it doesn't count.
Just
If
doesn't
you gotta
count.
push it, cool. If you gotta tow it backwards. If you gotta put it on a truck, put it backwards. You do every kilometer of this race under your own power.
So
Same-
for
same
those
as
guys
Peru.
who didn't do it, there's no gratitude to them. It's not like, yeah, well done, fellas, but they're the sort of people that will probably take it right to the end, 10 k's out, and then go, yeah, we finished the Rickshaw Run. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There was aptly named Rolled Oats, and
Already like 2 minutes in.
and guess what happened to Rolled Oats? She rolled her rickshaw.
Awesome.
Great shot, like seriously, great shot.
Smashed.
And so
Crumple.
she
Crumples
finally, she got away around 2 p.m. and I don't think she'll make it anywhere until I think she posted something that she won't be anywhere to get a hotel room till about 10 p.m. And that's one of the other rules is probably not a good idea to drive at night because the lights aren't the best.
No, D-bad. Don't be a
But
dick.
big shout out to, I think his name's Joseph from the UK, had a chicken korma about 2 days ago. The lad is now in intensive care and he's getting his kidney probably operated on as we speak. He had some serious food poisoning and he won't be doing the race at all. So
Crazy.
Joseph, I think your name's Joseph. It's not Joseph, it's probably something else, but we know you're from the UK. We've been watching where you're at. Sorry you can't make it. Well, actually not really. Why would you eat chicken
In India.
in India? Like,
Good day to be a vegetarian,
isn't
people.
it great? Like, look at this food that's just stacked up here. It's all vegetarian food. Man, why would you eat something like that? So, again, thank you all to all those people who have been supporting us along the way. Your donations are really going to help all the charities that we are following. We're going to head out, if we got some, well, we have got an opportunity, if we have, yes. We've got an opportunity tomorrow to go to the Sloth Bear Rescue Centre, which is, I think, interesting because they weren't originally the dancing bears. Yeah,
So,
this is a good story.
There's a link on the Second To Naan Facebook page if you want to look. So, what's great about Wildlife SOS is they don't just rescue an animal and feed an animal, because that doesn't really solve a problem. It does solve a problem for that animal, but it doesn't solve the problem. You also have to, those people whose livelihoods depend on those animals, you have to retrain, re-educate, and find some other way for those people to make a living. If you take their elephant away, you take their dancing bear away, they still have to have some way to earn a living and feed their family. So with the sloth bears, Wildlife SOS did a great thing. There's a dancing bear tradition that goes back hundreds of years here in India. Quite cruel to the bears, obviously. And basically what Wildlife SOS did, in a quick nutshell, we'll put a link below to a little video, a little TED Talk. They basically eradicated the whole dancing bear practice in India over the course of a few years. And they did that not only by rescuing all the sloth bears, but also educating people, giving them loans to start their own businesses, educating them on how to run the business, educating also their wives and their children as well, so that they could all go out and make a living as well, and that their living didn't depend on exploiting these animals in such a cruel way. So, it really solves the problem on every single level, which is really the only way to do sustainable change, I think.
So finally, last couple of updates. We've found 232 kilometres odd around Jaisalmer, right here to Raniwara.
320.
320. What did I say?
270. 270s tomorrow on the way to Udaipur. We're going to be hopefully having a visit with Animal Aid Unlimited tomorrow.
Yes. Yep. So once again, thanks for joining us. And if you cannot donate, that is okay. But please just share this video. Share it out to all your friends, to everyone that you know, both of them. And let them know that what we are doing is hopefully you guys helping us, helping the animals in need.
The more eyes we can get on this race, the more donations we get, and the more we, all of us, can do a little bit of good in the world for wildlife conservation and animal welfare. So thank you so much for tuning in, and come back tomorrow for all the exploits for day 2.
Cheers, Rudy.
Cheers, Rudy.
Happy days.